Hello and welcome to Global Talk Show by Business Power Academy, Netherlands. Today, this session is going to be super amazing because we have a super guest and she is none other than Jeannie Rapstad. Welcome, Jeannie, to our show.
Thank you so much for inviting me. I am delighted to be here.
Well, Jeannie is a great personality, and if I talk about her, she's a sad actress and a comedian, president of Jeannie Rapstad Enterprise, award-winning speaker, writer, coach, and whatnot. So I am super excited to go this journey with Jeannie Rapstad. Once again, welcome Jeannie to our show. And let's move on.
Okay, that sounds great.
Well, Jeannie, I would love to know about your professional journey, which is incredible. And you can say very, very vivacious personality you are. So being with my global talk show members, global audience, and everybody is so excited to listen to you.
Well, thank you very much. I am a working comedian and a working actress, and I have been for quite a while. Even if I was doing it part-time, but which right now I'm doing it full-time. But I started out as a comedian because I was just born that way. When I was younger, I used to say, oh, I have a sense of humor because I grew up with 3 brothers. But I don't really believe that. I believe that people who are comics are born looking at life a different way. And we like the laugh. I have spent my entire life going for the laugh. So that's one of the reasons why I developed my show, Jeannie Rapstad Presents Comic Sketches. It's trademarked in the United States Trademark Office. And so I market it for a certain time of the year because we have winter here and I don't drive in the snow. So from April 1st till the end of October, I do my show at upscale residence communities for senior citizens or theatrical venues. And I work regularly at a theater here in the area where I live in. I can go on.
Wow, this is so lovely to know.
So
Jeannie,
I started.
Yeah, you can go on. It's your show. Go on.
Yes, I started out in the Los Angeles market as a stand-up comedian. And back in those days, and still probably today, but I don't live out there, so I can't testify to that. But if you wanted to be a stand-up comic, you had to go to all the open mic nights. The Comedy Store, the Improvisation, the Ice House, the Laugh Stop. There were lots and lots of clubs, and you would go there and put together your best 5 minutes and go in front of the audience, and hopefully they laughed and made you feel good. And I did this for quite a while, dedicatedly, 4 or 5 times a week. Eventually, I got a show at a restaurant called the Natural Fudge Company on a very famous Melrose Avenue in Hollywood. And so I had to bring a half hour of material, and this is a lot for a comic. So I introduced character sketches to my show for the first time. And the very first character that I wrote, Gladys Stump, I still use in my show today. She's still an audience favorite. I had to upgrade her from, the 70s, the late 70s, to now being a computer savvy person, because that's where we get the laughs. But her whole storyline is that she wants a date. And she's 85 years old, so she's looking for a date. And the last time I did that sketch was at a professional show over at the theater at the center. And I used a video clip from 1979 when I was on The Dating Game, which was a very famous show in Hollywood at the time. Wow. So I started out my set with this older lady trying to get a date, and I ended it with a clip of me, as a sweet young thing getting a date on The Dating Game. So that was kind of fun for me.
Wow, this is really a great one, Jeannie. And I am so excited, and I'm so amazed because making others laugh is a very, very big challenge. You can make everybody cry, anyone cry, but making others laugh is a great thing. which you are doing. So I would love to know, Jeannie, what kind of challenges you faced in this area in your job, being a comedian, making others laugh, and how do you do it? It's really incredible.
Well, there it is more challenging now because here in the United States, everybody seems to get offended over everything. When I first started writing for myself back in the late 70s, my whole goal was to write clean because
Oh,
I wanted to be on television. So I didn't want any profanity. I didn't want any lascivious sex jokes. I just wanted to write clean, get hired, to go on television. Now it's even beyond that. We have so many people that are upset over everything. So my goal all the time is to write jokes that you could bring your grandmother to see. I don't want to offend a single soul.
great one.
I don't want to do politics. I don't want to do religion or anything that somebody's going to get offended over. I just tell jokes about the human condition. And
Exactly.
my characters are, of course, all women, and they
Oh,
go through various roles. And I write a lot about uh, love. So one of my audience's favorite sketches is Dinah and Shelby's love story. And I talk about a couple that, they get married and they have a few problems, but they live happily ever after. I do a show about a sketch about me trying to lose weight because my doctor says I'm too fat. So I do a sketch about that. And so basically, I just try to keep it in a general area. And one of my audience favorites is a sketch I do about know-it-all Nanette. I don't know if you have a friend in your life who knows everything. Well, this sketch is directed to people who know everything and they
yeah.
don't mind telling you how to live your life. And the audience is like that because I think we all know somebody that is a know-it-all Nanette. One of my most favorite pieces for my audience is called 70 Suzanne. I'm a baby boomer. And actually, I'm 74 years old. And so I went through a lot of the things that we did in the 70s, grow our hair out long and, protest and everything. And one of my most favorite sketches, according to my audience, is 70 Suzanne. And it's kind of a nostalgic piece where we talked about the different expressions that we used, how we wore jeans for the first time. That was new in the late 60s and 70s when we started
Yeah.
wearing jeans. And so that is one of my audience's favorite pieces. So I try to keep my material clean and, as I said, the kind of thing that will not offend anybody. And so far, it's been working for me.
Wow, this is really great one, Jeannie, which the work which you are doing is really fantastic. And I must say, this is so challenging for a woman to accept as being a comedian because it's really tough, according to me. But you have done, and I appreciate you. Hats off to you for your great, great work.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Uh, it is one aspect of my personality. I am also a speaker coach and I'm an
Yeah.
entrepreneur, and I do a lot of work with entrepreneurs in a workshop that Purdue University Northwest Commercialization and Manufacturing Excellence Center. And I invented a computer application that's a rehearsal methodology that's symbol
Wow.
based, and I'm attempting to create the second iteration. The first iteration was built by Purdue students over there, and we launched it on my learning platform, and there were a few bugs, and so now I'm attempting to get it fixed or something. But it's directed toward helping people improve their communication skills so that they can get better jobs. That's the most important thing for me, is that we train our young people how to communicate well, that we give workers an opportunity to improve their skills so they can get better jobs. We have a great many immigrants that come to the United States whose communication skills in English need a little bit of help. I want to support people so that they can get the job that they want to have. You
Wow.
know, I've been pretty lucky through my career. I've had an opportunity to work in Japan for a multinational plastics manufacturer. It was a really great opportunity for me to work in a different culture. And as a person that didn't speak Japanese at all until when I went there, and so struggling with the language, I really can empathize with people who come here that have problems with language, because let's face it, we have to communicate if we're going to work. Or
Exactly.
you can stay in a neighborhood where it's only people from your background, and then you don't have to learn English, which I don't recommend. If you want to get the most out of your environment, you have to be able to communicate with people. And even though I didn't speak Japanese very well, I went out there and I spoke Japanese with people.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking too.
And sometimes they'd help me, because you know, in Japanese, the verb is always at the end,
Yeah.
and, and it is based on your relationship with the person. And so I would be talking to, especially this shop owner that I used to go into all the time. I would speak to her, and so I would build my clauses, and then when I'd get to the end and I'm trying to think of the verb, she'd
Oh.
help. She was so sweet. She'd help me. Okay, okay, and then she'd tell me. So I appreciated that, because that was kind, you know, because she could have said, "Look, it's too much trouble to talk to this American. Let me go about my business."
Okay.
But she was very helpful, and that's the kind of help that I want to give our students, our graduates, the people who want to move up in their careers. You know, a lot of people are passed over for jobs because they don't communicate well. Yeah, we have to stop
Exactly.
that. We have to put in more effort, I think.
Do agree. Do agree. Well, Jeannie, I am so happy to learn about your journey, and it's really exciting, super strong, I must say. Well, I want to know about your workshops. What kind of workshops you run and how it's going to help our youngsters and people who are watching us live. They
Okay.
can contact Jeannie and they can get leverage, they can leverage their knowledge, their potentiality, and can transform themselves in a better one. So, would love to know about your workshop, Jeannie.
Okay. And first of all, I'll tell you that I have humor workshops for business speakers, humor
Wow,
workshops for student speakers. I have the pitch workshops for entrepreneurs, but I also have on my Jeannie Rapstad YouTube channel 8 short teaching videos to help you improve your communication skills. For example, one of the videos is about the use of hand gestures. You know, lots of times when people start speaking for the first time, they use a lot of hand gestures.
yeah,
And, you know, they go here, they go there. And so I have these teaching videos that anybody can access free. Just go there and you know, enjoy them if you want. Some of my humor is posted on my YouTube channel, so you can go check out
awesome.
my show is like. It's there. But in terms of the most important thing for me right now are the pitch workshops, because in America right now, the first quarter of the year is dedicated to applying for business grants and competing in pitch competitions. So the workshop that I lead at Purdue University Northwest is directed to those people who are going to be pitching in the PNW Big Sell, which is coming up on April the 29th. There'll be, that is open to anybody that wants to compete as a brand new business or brand new product. And also Elevate Nexus, which is statewide here in Indiana, and Crossroads, Indiana, which is also open to businesses, new businesses in Indiana. So I work with people to help them write their pitch, get the attention of the judge or potential investor. I help them with their pitch deck. Do you know what that means? You know what a pitch deck
Wow.
is? Well,
Yeah,
pitch deck is the term we use for a slideshow when it has to do with the pitches. So we put together their slideshow in PowerPoint. So I help them. And right now, things are happening very exciting in my little group. But in the past few years, I have helped personally coach people who have won almost $40,000. So
oh, great.
that is not a small amount of money for an entrepreneur. So
Exactly.
right now I have a couple of people in my workshop that are on their way to big things. One of them is in a national competition. Another is in a national program for getting special help. Uh, it's just a very exciting time for me right now in terms as being a coach.
Exactly. And being a coach is just like transforming others people's life, making the best one their better version and to enhance them. And that's what you are doing, Jeannie. I really appreciate your work and I give you a lot of wishes for your future, for your work, and move on in your life. Great one.
Thank you so much for that, because the relationship between a coach and the person they're working with is very special,
Yeah,
because the coach has to believe that the person that they're coaching has the commitment and dedication to grow. And the
exactly.
person who's being coached has to trust that the coach knows what they're doing and can get them where they need to go. So it's a very special relationship. And people who want a coach, they should do an interview with the coach before they sign on the dotted line. And then hopefully they have good results, because I also coach people who are competitive speakers. And the
Wow.
people that I work with move up in the competition rounds. And that comes from their willingness to listen to me. You see, there's no point in hiring somebody if you're not going to listen to them. I'm just telling you, you might as well ask your
Exactly.
grandmother, how am I doing, Grandma? Oh, you're doing great. Just keep doing that. You're fine.
Exactly. Exactly. Exactly, Jeannie. I do agree with you. Then this is going to be a real blast. I can say this to you. Wow. So moving to this lovely journey, Jeannie, I would love to know about your humor coachings. How do you give this humor coachings to the business people and how they leverage the knowledge from this coachings? And this is really exciting, humor coaching. Well,
You know, actually, this is a very important thing for people to do, because so many people talk to clients in their daily, whether it's on the phone or they go to the client's venue and talk. And
yeah,
some people just are not good at talking. Right now in the United States, my research shows that 77% of the American workforce has speech anxiety. So
oh,
let's say if you are intimidated about speaking to strangers, new clients, then this is a very difficult thing for you to do. And to take a humor workshop, what I do is I take these people, and usually they're salespeople. They send me the salespeople.
mm,
And so we do some warm-up exercises that are basically humor based. And I teach them about how we can collect our stories and use them in little bits that we rehearse before we go into the client. And so we don't go in there with, oh, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. What am I doing here? Why did they send me? So we can eliminate all of that angst by just preparing ahead of time. I teach them to keep a joke file. This is something that I have always done. If you have a punchline that you like, maybe this is something that your child has said to you, or a parent or a friend who said, oh, that's a really great line. I'm going to write that down and put it in my joke file. And maybe the next time that I have a similar circumstances, I can pull that out and get a laugh, because
yeah,
people like to laugh with other people. They really appreciate somebody who is, now I'm not saying you have to walk into a business meeting and act like a comedian, but what do you like? Somebody that walks in and goes, hi, how's everybody? Or why am I here? You know, I'm telling you. And one of the things that happened during COVID is that we all went on Zoom. So
exactly.
those people in the gallery that used to be able to hide in the back of the room, they're now on the screen. And it suddenly occurs to them that everybody watching the screen can see their facial expression, their body language, their fear. So having a humor workshop is a good way to break the ice with people. I come prepared with things that I give them to say, so they can get a little bit of a laugh, and I give them guidance. And then it always works out well for me, because I always take an evaluation at the end,
Mhm.
and this is what they tell me. Oh, this really helped me. Oh, I feel so much better. Thank you for coming. I get that kind of positive feedback because they feel like some stress has been released from them, you know?
Exactly. Exactly. And laughing is the best medicine, I can say. When you
Oh, yeah.
laugh, when you smile, you just feel that something is moving out of your personality, and that is the stress. And that's, I really, really agree to you. Jeannie, you are doing a great, and I would love to take humor workshops from you too. And I'm requesting all my global audience who are watching us live, go for the humor workshops. Jeannie is there to help you, and she is there to take your all stress of your life from your and making you the better version of yourself. Great one,
And not
Jeannie.
only that, we can do it online.
Yeah,
Before, I used to go to the client's venue and meet with people, but now because of COVID, we got used to working online. So I adapted my workshop so that we can do it online as well. So
yeah,
yeah, if people need that, contact me. I'd be happy to help.
yes. And if you really want to make your mood fresh, good, and best one, so go to Jeannie, get the humor workshops, and make your life healthy, wealthy, and wise too. I can say that, and I can guarantee that. Yes, one.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. One
Well,
of my,
Jeannie, yeah,
yes,
show me.
one of my little mottos that I like to tell people is, I want to spend the rest of my life laughing. Why not?
Exactly. Every moment of our life should spend in laughs, humors, and giggles, because life
Yeah,
is too short to say anything. We never know what happened next moment. So enjoy the present moment and be
well,
stress free.
that is certainly a fact. That is certainly a fact. But yeah,
Definitely. Well, Jeannie, this life journey is very, very exciting. And this global talk show, really, really, I'm enjoying each and every moment with you, Jeannie. And now I would love to know about any aha moment of your life. Have you ever encountered a beautiful aha moment, or that you can say, wow, this is my wow moment, and I am waiting for that since time immemorial?
you know, maybe this isn't what you had in mind, but one of the joyous moments of my life was my 50th high school class reunion, because when I was in high school, I used to act in plays at the theater at the school. And for our 50th reunion, we agreed amongst the planners that I would put together my 2-hour humor show and take it to the audience. And to have my former classmates come and
Oh,
see me perform 2 hours of my humor was just a wonderful, wonderful moment. And they were so appreciative. And to this day, they still send me nice notes about. So I felt, really happy about that. I was able to connect with them after all these years and bring some joy and happiness into the reunion.
exactly. And it's so touching, so emotional when you connect with people, you know, on the personal level, and they feel the same emotions from you. So I can understand. And that's
Yeah.
really emotional, Jeannie. I can understand that. Great one. So, Jeannie, one more thing I would love to know, what's your mission being a humor coach, being a speaking coach? What else is your mission? We can say it's a Jeannie mission.
Yeah. One of the things that I am really, really serious about, I've developed this computer application that I'm trying to finish,
Yeah.
but it's the motivation behind it. Right now, the United States is a huge country, and we have a lot of rural states where rural means that over half their school districts are considered rural, and a rural school district in the United States is a school district with less than 485 students per
Oh,
district. This isn't per school. This
oh,
is per district. So a lot of these young people, they're spread across these wide open states like Alaska, Montana, Wyoming, North Dakota, South Dakota, whatever. The chances of them encountering a trained speech teacher is slim and none. So
oh,
they're their chances to learn to effective communication skills is harder.
Yeah.
And then, and also in the educational bracket, we have some students that are homeschooled. 2.5 million high school students are homeschooled. The chances of them having a parent that's trained in public speaking is slim.
Oh,
Then we have the Native Americans who attend the Bureau of Indian Affairs schools out in, these faraway places. And they have less than 65% graduation rate. So
okay.
I want to be able to reach these students so that they can develop the skills they need to succeed in life. When I was teaching at Purdue University, beginning speech for my freshman class, less than 15% of my students had ever given a speech ever. In
Okay.
school, church, social life. They had no training, no skills. And so the first time in their lives they come into my class at age 19, we need to start when they're in middle school, because communication is the #1 soft skill that industry requests of their hirees. They want
Sure.
people that can communicate with their coworkers, with their clients, and I would like to do more. I would like to be able to do more with my work to reach these people. I'm getting up there in years, but I figure I got a good 20 years left in me, and I would like to spend it helping people who don't have access to speech training get it.
Exactly. Exactly, Jeannie. And there is another request to my global audience. If you really want to improve your communication skills and get the desired job in your life, kindly contact Jeannie. She'll help you and she will make you one of the effective speaker, I must say, of the world. That's the potentiality I can see in her personality. And I must recommend everyone to take this leverage on. Yeah, Jeannie.
Oh, thank you so much for saying that. I appreciate it because I'm very serious.
Yeah.
I'm very serious about this.
And Jeannie, I do agree that without communication, you cannot move forward, whether you're in any country, whether you're in the United States, India, or whatever, because effective communication is the demand of every industry today. And if you
Yes.
can't communicate to your clients, to your co-workers, that is a big, black spot in your personality. And that hinders also your career too. So we have to move on with our personality, with our shining, vibrant personality, with our effective speaking. That's what I can say, and I can spread this message globally. Make your communication effective by Jeannie Rapstad. And I am glad to tell
Thank you
everyone.
so much. Thank you so much. My trademark is Speech Jeannie.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Speech, Jeannie. Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, Jeannie, this journey is really great. And now I would love to know, besides being a humor coach, speaking coach, what else are your hobbies? What exactly you do in your leisure time activities?
Well, I'm a tap dancer.
Wow, this is really a new one.
I'm a tap dancer. And
Great.
so what is happening in May, the first week of May, I'm going to be doing shows for young people over at the theater. So this is a paid job for me. And my character is going to tap dance.
Right.
And so I'm now in rehearsal to going through rehearsing all the old steps that I learned. And I just bought a brand new pair of tap shoes. So that's what I like to do. And then my other hobby that I just like to download my problems and put them in another space and read a good book. I love
Exactly.
to read. I have always loved to read, and I still find that a pleasure. And it does help me decompress, just put my mind in an entirely different place. So
That's really cool, Jeannie. When you read a book, you forget everything, all stress, and you find brimming with knowledge and success that flows on. Great one.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Well, now I would like to know, to give people, to global audience, your perfect message. What message would you like to give to your audience, Jeannie, today?
This is what I would really like to say, and I actually wrote it down because
Wow. Let's see.
because I wanted to make sure that I sent it out there. As I mentioned early on in the program, I'm 74 years old and I feel like I have so much life to live. But I've already met people that are sort of rolling up and throwing in the towel in their 50s. I don't want you to do that. I want you to believe that the best is yet to come in your life. I want you to follow your hearts and work at what you love to do. And if you don't have the dream job now, keep working until you get that. It is never too late for you to be happy.
Wow,
And I
that's
want to
so
thank
great.
you. I want to thank all of you for listening to my little broadcast here. I've enjoyed this so much, and I'm honored that you invited me. I'm delighted.
And Jeannie, I must thank to you that you have accepted our invitation. And it's a great journey to move on with you on today Global Talk Show. So heartfelt thanks to you, Jeannie, for giving me this wonderful opportunity to learn so many things from you. So thank you so much
Thank
once
you.
again. Well,
Okay.
thank you so much to our lovely audience for always appreciating, for always motivating us. Keep doing that. Stay happy, hale and hearty. Bye bye.
Thank you.